welcome back, people. So today we're going to be, I'm going to be doing a little health check on some of my outside animals. So we're going to start off with the ferrets and then do the budgies and then the guinea pigs. Alright, so let's do the ferrets first. Alright, so as you can see, I'm in the ferret enclosure right now, and so Sandy and Niffler are the only ones here. Belle probably won't come round because she's so lazy, but I guess I will health check. So what I'm going to do is health check Sandy first and show you how to do it all properly, and then I'm just going to time lapse the other two because there's no need to tell you how to do it again. Alright, so come here, Sandy. So with any animal you always want to start with the head, so you just get the head out the way and done. So what you want to do is check their ears first, so they're all clean, because once Niffler, when she was little, she once had a tick in her ear and it was causing her quite a lot of pain, and it was quite difficult to remove as well. So you always want to check their ears, and then next you want to check their eyes. So you don't need to do anything with the eyes, you just want to look at them, see if they're nice and bright. So Sandy is albino, so hers are nice and bright coloured red or a pink, but they never want to be a dull colour, or you'd want to look around the outside of the eye as well. Then you want to look at her nose, so her nose is nice and red, no sores, and then you also want to see if it hasn't got any wetness around the nose, like dribbling or something, because it can be a cold, or it could actually be coronavirus in this situation that we have in. Because ferrets, they're from the family of muscelids, which are actually prone to getting coronavirus. Well, they're not prone, but they have the ability to get coronavirus, some sort of coronavirus. But now we're going to be moving on to the teeth. So what you want to do is gently open their mouth and look at the teeth, see if there's no blackness or the gums aren't a horrible colour coming from their teeth as well, because this can be a sign of a fungal infection in their mouth, or a to be honest, the gums can if you look at the gums, it can tell you whether it's a bad internal infection as well, if it's discolorated, decolorated. Sandy, Niffler, get off my head. So now we want to have a look at the body. So what you want to do is just gently run your hands down their body to feel for any lumps or bumps, because that could be cancerous or tumours, which is unfortunate but does happen if you don't look for them. Also, you want to look for baldness or knotted fur. This is on their body and their tail. Whilst doing that, you want to put them back down and watch them walk. See if they're using all their legs. Because if they have a limp, it could be they've hurt their foot or even broken their leg. Because animals don't usually tend to show their weaknesses. So now that you've done the body and the legs, this is the bit that not many people like to do, but it is very necessary to do. You want to check their genitals. So when you check their genitals, you don't poke or prod them. You want to look, see if it's swollen, or see if there's any oozing or soreness, because this can be a sign of stomach problems or like infections as well. So that was Sandy done. I'm going to quickly do Belle and Niffler now, and then going to move on to the guinea pigs. Right, so now we are in the budgie enclosure. So what I'm doing now is I've got a little pot of seeds, and I've got some on my hand right now. And this is the patient part, because I have to wait for the budgies to actually land on my hand, because I've built a trust with the budgies, and I don't want to grab them so I have to health check them. So what I'm going to do is hopefully they'll come and land on my hand, and then health check them by that. So now the wait begins. Also, I don't know if you can tell, I've added a bamboo plant into their enclosure, so this makes it just look much more realistic than it did. Okay, so how I like to health check my budgies is get them on my hand like this so I can get them closer, and I don't want to grab them or anything, so I'm just visually checking them. So you want to check their, like I said, it's with the same with mammals. You want to check their head first, so you want to check their eyes, see if they're nice and bright, and they haven't got one shut or anything like that. You also want to check their nose and see if it's blocked or there's any leakages from their nose again. Or you want to check their beak, see if there's any phlegm coming from their mouth, or if there's any cracks or anything. And then so once you've checked their face, you want to just check their body, see old patches, because parakeets such as budgies and other parrots like that are prone to plucking their feathers, which is a sign of stress, which we don't want that. But I can't seem to see any bald patches or anything like that. And once you've checked their feathers, you want to check their feet. So you want to see if there's any cracks or any because they have almost scales on their feet, you want to see if there's no scales that are turned up, because that could be a sign of mites getting underneath their little skin. And you want to check their claws, see if they've got all of their claws, because they could lose them or break them, which these guys seem to have everything in check. And this is also a good way to bond with your birds as well. So this is how I am bonding with them. They're getting used to me because they know that I am the sole provider of seeds. Right, so now that I'm done with the budgies, I'm going to let them fly off and give them some more seeds, and I'm going to meet you at the guinea pigs. Alright, so now I'm in the guinea pig enclosure, where I'm going to show you how to check a guinea pig now. Alright, just got to find one to start with. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to start with Rocky. So you want to hold them just like this. So all their feet are cupped, and they have they feel protected almost from anything else. So what you want to do, again, start with the head. You always want to start with the head with any animal, really. So guinea pigs don't really like their ears being touched, but Rocky is especially good. So you want to check their ears, which they're fine. Then you want to just hold their head, check their eyes, which are perfectly clear. Check their nose, see if there's any liquids coming from their nose. And then this is the bit that they really don't like, so you want to check their teeth, because guinea pigs, such as most rodents and rabbits, have constantly growing teeth. So you have to supply them with wood or toys of such to keep their teeth gnawed down, because otherwise they can have they can have a particularly bad overbite or an underbite, which is very bad. But if they do seem overgrown, you want to go straight to a vet, which will trim them down for you. You never want to try it yourself, because you could cause severe or permanent damage to their teeth. Right, so now I've done that. Again, you want to look for any matting or bald spots on the guinea pig, which I can't seem to see any. You also want to feel for any lumps or bumps, which there is none. Then you want to check their feet, so you might want to get somebody else to help you with this part. You want to check if their nails are overgrown, which they seem pretty good. I did just recently trim them, so that's why they're especially good. And then you just want to check their genitals for any leakages again, which they seem perfectly fine. So once you've done that, you just release them. There you go, Rocky. Alright, so now it's time for pebbles, which I will just quickly do now. So that is the end of the video. So I hope you maybe learned something from this video and did enjoy it, and I will see you soon.